morning, students. We are ready for lesson 151 in our language. I don't even have my page. Okay, page 268, lesson 151. Today we are writing. It is a writing day. It is not as huge as our research paper by any means, but it's just a good practice for creative writing, for writing our thoughts down and all that. For Think A, it says, read the following selection and choose one question to answer about it from page 269. So our first step in the writing process is to read and gather. So you can pause the video and you are going to be reading and gathering information from the story. Go ahead and do that. All right. Number 2, we'll get to that, think and planning. So on page 269, write B. It says, answer one of the following questions in paragraph form on notebook paper. All right, let's talk about paragraph form. Paragraph form means you indent. Paragraph normally is 4 to 6 sentences. That's the length of what I want you to write. A paragraph must have a topic sentence. Tells the main idea or topic of the paragraph. You do need a topic sentence that tells the reader, just by reading the first sentence, what the paragraph is about. The 3 questions that you can choose from to answer are, why is the title of the story Joe's Sacrifice? How do you think Joe's family felt about what she had done? Describe Joe. How did she look? What kind of personality did she have? We are moving on to step 2, think and planning. We're not going to be writing our paragraph yet. You need to get a paper out and you need to jot down a few ideas. Well, first of all, choose the question that you want to answer. Now we're going to write down a few ideas of what we could write about. Now in review, we can use details or reasons or examples or a story to answer these questions. Like for the first question, why is the title of the story Joe's Sacrifice? Which one would we use here? We would probably use reasons or examples why the story is titled Joe's Sacrifice. What did Joe do? What did Joe sacrifice so that her mom had money to go visit her father who was sick? She cut off her hair and sold her hair for money. Those are reasons or examples. For number 2, how do you think Joe's family felt about what she had done? So this is your opinion on how her family took it that she cut off her hair. What did her family think about what she did and how she sacrificed all of her lovely hair for the money? So the third question was describe Joe. So here we would be using, details or descriptions. We would be using a lot of details about Joe. Describe Joe. How did she look? What kind of personality did she have? So here you are describing Joe using the facts from the story. So you should have your paper out. I want you to write down a few ideas about the question that you picked. After you write down a few ideas, I'm not going to give you a particular number of ideas that you need to have, but you need to write down a couple ideas so that when you go to your paragraph, when we get to step number 3, it's easier to write your paragraph because you know what you're talking about in your paragraph. Alright, so you should have a couple ideas down about what you could write about the question that you picked that you're going to answer. Alright, so now we're going to move on to step number 3. Start writing your paragraph. I want a good topic sentence. I should know what the paragraph is about just by reading your topic sentence. Now, after you wrote a good topic sentence, you can pause this video and 2 and think and plan and start ruling around your mind. What do I want to write about? What details or reasons or examples or what story could I tell from that story that would explain what I'm trying to say? So for number 3, what do we write? Use your reasons or your examples or your ideas that you wrote down and write your paragraph. And it should be 4 to 6 sentences. After you write your paragraph, go to number 4, check and polish. This is the step where you go back and read it to yourself. Look for punctuation errors. Make sure your sentences start with a capital letter and with a period. Make sure you have commas in the correct place. Make sure you don't have run-on sentences or fragment sentences. Make sure, try to think of anything else. Make sure your sentences flow, that it makes sense. All right, that is your assignment for Think A and B. Let's go down to number C. Write the part of speech of each underlined word in the blank. Let's go over our part of speeches. We have noun, which is a person, place, thing, or idea. We have a verb, which means action or being verb. We have an adjective, describes a noun or pronoun. We have an adverb, describes a verb, adjective, or another adverb. We have a pronoun, takes the place of a noun. We have a preposition, our list of prepositions here. Combined with a noun or pronoun to make a phrase. We have a conjunction that connects words or phrases, like and, but, for, nor, yet. And we have an interjection which expresses strong feeling. For remember C, you do not need to write the whole word. You can write like N or PRO. You don't need to write the whole word. You can write the abbreviation. Let's do the first 2 together. Our spring assembly was held last Friday. Our spring assembly, which means maybe another word for a meeting. What do you think that is? I think it's a thing or a place. Our spring assembly was held. Kind of a thing, probably, meaning a thing. So it would be a noun. Our spring assembly. It's the subject of the sentence, but we call it a noun. So number 1 is a noun. Number 2, I thoroughly enjoyed listening to the musical performances at this assembly. Okay, I thoroughly enjoyed. Look at the words that surround it. I enjoyed. Okay, that's something you can do. How did I enjoy it? I thoroughly enjoyed it. What answers the question how? How did I enjoy it? Thoroughly. It would be an adverb describing a verb. So for number 2, our answer is adverb. All right, y'all. I'm going to turn y'all loose. If you have any questions on the creative writing, let me know, and I'll try to guide your thinking a little bit. And if you have any questions, let me know. Great job, y'all. And I hope you have a wonderful Easter vacation, and I'll see you back on Tuesday. Have a great vacation, even though you'll probably just stay at home, but anyway, hope it's fun.